What's up, guys? So I just finished God of War and I had like a whole night to process it. After I beat it, I didn't want to make a video immediately because I wanted to know what I was talking about, but I just rewatched the ending again and oh my gosh, I think this game's ending was fantastic. It's a perfect setup for the next game, and I just want to talk about some things really quickly. Now, the first thing I'd like to talk about is Atreus, of course, being the main focus of the ending. I love the fact that Loki is Atreus, that they're both the same character, that the infamous Loki, the trickster god of being an asshole, as I said in my previous videos, it's actually Atreus, and that is actually mind-blowing how much of they're changing Norse mythology to fit in with God of War, and how the mother of Atreus was a giant. So like when I found that out, I was like, okay, so Atreus is part giant, part god. You know, it actually did click to me, Loki and his story, but I didn't want to believe it. There's no way until Atreus actually revealed that on the wall they actually referred to him as Loki. So that is pretty goddamn cool. And considering how much Loki himself, like the actual character of Loki in Norse mythology, how much connections he has with the gods, that, you know, he hangs around Asgard, he does all these pranks on the gods, but he helps them at times. What does this mean for Atreus in the new God of War game? If you guys didn't know, that in Norse mythology, Loki took his army of Hel, you know, the goddess Hel, and Hel's troops, Loki actually did lead into the battle of Ragnarok, and pretty much because of Loki and his children that the Aesir gods fell and the world was pretty much burned by Surtur. So these key events in Ragnarok, with Loki's involvement pretty much causing the deaths of so many Asgardians, how does this fit into Atreus's lore? I'm pretty sure we're gonna find out in the next game, and I am gonna make my own theory about this, but I find this so interesting. A character like Loki in real Norse myth causes so much mayhem that, I don't know, I can't see Atreus turning into that. Now, if you guys do remember the part of the game when Atreus learned that yes, he actually is a god, when he actually came to that realization, we saw him go drunk with power. Now, that version of Atreus, I can actually see being Loki. How evil he was, how vicious he was, how hungry with power he was. He pretty much thought he could do whatever he wanted, which is pretty much Loki's personality in real Norse mythology, that he can do whatever he wants, gets away with it because of his status. So that evil part of Atreus that we saw in the game, until he realized what he was becoming, and he saw what he did when they went to Helheim. So I find that so incredibly interesting. What is Atreus's role? How will he shape this mythology as we travel through it? So Atreus being like the huge part of the story, I really enjoy, and I think the way it was executed is perfect. It didn't feel forced, that, you know, they were forcing Atreus to, you know, he has to be this big character in Norse myth. The way it was put together in this game was absolutely fantastic. So the next point I'd like to talk about is Kratos. Kratos' involvement in this mythology is absolutely amazing. You know, when we see the wall playing out the future of events that actually did happen, I love this. And then when Kratos saw his own death, and Atreus screaming and the world serpent coming out of his mouth, I think that was absolutely fantastic as well. But Kratos looked at it as in like, okay, there's no reaction from him. Like, he understands what the wall means, he understands his role, and he doesn't even seem upset or even curious when he looks at this. And I think once Kratos saw this, I think that he just accepted what was gonna happen instantly, not pondering on it, not afraid of it. And this actually goes back to what he said before, after we beat Baldur, and then, you know, Freya was upset and everything like that, and Atreus couldn't understand it. He said, oh, but we saved her life, and you did do the right thing. And then Kratos says, he says that she would have died to make Baldur happy. And then Atreus says, so would you let me kill you? And Kratos says, if it would means that you will live, then yes. So I feel that moment is going to be a huge foreshadowing for the next game. And it was a huge foreshadowing when Kratos saw his own image on the wall, that final picture that Atreus actually didn't see. I think that's fantastic. And it makes me worry for Kratos. This is the first time in like the entire series and when I'm actually worried for someone like Kratos. And it's fantastic. I absolutely love it. Now, of course, the elephant in the room. Did I see the secret ending? I know you are all thinking that. And yes, I did. And oh my gosh, that scene made me scream, man. Like, that scene had my mouth wide open when I saw that. And I was hoping that that fight would happen with us and Thor, but I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of disappointed when it didn't, but that's like the magic of God of War. Thinking about God of War 1, 2, and 3, when 1 ended, there was a huge cliffhanger. When 2 ended, that was a huge cliffhanger. So this is the magic of God of War. It leaves the player after the ending of every game that's gonna have a sequel. What the fuck, you know, like why would they end it there? And this has happened countless times in the God of War series, so I'm not upset about it. I just have to wait another 6 years to learn what's going to happen next, and that absolutely kills me, man. But overall, I just want to say that this game, the team, everything they did with this game was perfect. I was gonna make another video with my review, but there's no need. I love this game. This game is absolutely fantastic. It's huge. There's so many other things to do. I am still playing this game right now as we speak. I just paused it for a little second. Right now I'm going to continue to hunt all the Valkyries, make all the tutorial videos about them. But I just want to say this game was perfect. No game is perfect. All games have their flaws in terms of story, combat, but this game is perfect. I don't know, maybe I'm just still excited over that ending. I don't know. But what do you guys think about the ending? This is a spoiler discussion, so just go ham in the comments. I'm sorry I haven't been reading your comments over the past week since this game has come out. I just don't want to get spoiled, but again, I'll be responding to you guys in the comments. So let me know your thoughts about the ending of God of War. I'm gonna be out of here. Thank you guys for listening. Deuces.